Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Gul Knowledge Hub. How are you, my YouTube family members? Hope you are quite fit and strong and you are enjoying your life very well. Today's topic is the technique to improve your English language. I have already discussed this topic in my previous video, but today I am going to add something in the form of demonstration so that you can have better understanding this technique to implement in your life to be fluent in English. So let's get started and let's dive into the video. First of all, as I have earlier told you that reading is the first step towards speaking English fluently, because without reading you can't have information. Without reading you can't have any knowledge to convey to the speaker in front of you. By reading you can gather information. By reading you can gather information about sentence structure, grammatical structures, and the information about any topic related to your life. Then comes this technique. Technique is that you have to have an interview of yourself by raising questions. In the first part, you will play the role of a examiner or an interviewer, and the next part will be performed as a student who will answer the questions. The very first question, and this technique literally, I tell you, literally this technique works wonders in everybody's life. And if you practice it all alone in front of the mirror or all alone in the room, this will definitely be helpful in your fluency in English language speaking. So let's start. How I have selected some of the questions which I will answer in front of you so that you can have an idea how to implement this technique to be fluent in English. First of all, you can ask question from yourself that which is your favorite book and which is your favorite author. In my case, I tell you, Chaucer, the father of English literature, is my favorite author because he standardized English when French and Latin were dominating the society. He felt this conscience that English is my mother tongue. I have to develop this English into a standard language. And his book, Prologue to the Canterbury Tales. This is the story. There are only 24 or 28 characters. 24 and 28 characters in the book, but each character represents one sect, one part of society. There are businessmen, there are monks, there are laymen, each and every character, and this is the mastery of his language. This is the mastery of his language. Just through 24 or 28 characters, he represents whole English society. Whole English society is reflected through his Canterbury Tales characters. If you want to know what was going on in 20th century and what were the traditions, what were the customs, and what was the norms in 20th century, you just pick up the book of Chaucer, Prologue to Canterbury Tales, and you will find out that by going through these characters, only these characters, you will come across the history of 14th century, which is written in thousands of books, and in a so delightful manner that you will never get bored. Another figure in English literature is Milton and his book Paradise Lost. The remarkable mastery. I am influenced by Milton by this fact that in spite of being blind, he was able to gather so much information, and there are so many references from Grecian era. These are the books and these are the authors which I like the most. And the next question you can ask from me is that which kind of languages do you have, or over which languages do you have mastery, fluency? The answer I will give you that Punjabi is my mother tongue. I have full fluency in that, and I love to speak Punjabi. and Urdu is my national language, and I also like to speak Urdu. And you know that English is international language. Without English, you can't surpass in this world. You know very well the importance of English language. So I have developed this taste of English language by reading books, by listening to podcasts, by listening to the newspapers, by reading newspapers, by reading or listening audiobooks. So I have mastery. And the next question you can put forward to me that do you like reading? Yes, I like reading, because reading is real motivation for me. Whatever I have gained at this stage is gained from the books. Books are the friends. When you are alone, there is no one around you. Books are the best friends. Books are the best friends. Bacon says that some books are to be tasted. Some books you only read, but you should read books according to your taste, so that you can have a good friendly relation with that book. And in that case, you will learn many things, many new things. This is the new technique of having an interview session with your own self, asking questions and then answering those questions. This is the most remarkable technique which I suggest you to have in your life, so that you can be fluent in English. And by adopting this technique, you will have your communication skills. And communication skills means to have conversation with another person confidently and with cheer on your mind. Does not have any translation in your mind and in indulgence of any kind of anxiety or depression. So if you have this technique in your practical life, because practice makes a man perfect. If you want to have fluency in English, you have to devote yourself towards English language, because dedication at the end has its own rewards. And if you have dedication towards learning speaking in English, then you will definitely learn it. Hope you have understood this technique and how to implement this technique in your life. If you like the video, kindly share and subscribe it. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.